Welcome back to anyone who has been sticking around with me throughout my new year of this channel. This is Mind Over Number, and I am Karanda, spiritual coach, intuitive reader, and numerologist who uses the divine guidance of numbers to help you navigate your soul's journey. This is going to be a New Year's PickACard reading. All right, this is for anyone who needs some extra guidance or wants some insights on what they should be focused on throughout the new year of 2025. So, of course, before we get started here, let's always give thanks to the Divine Mother, Father, God, who helps me interpret these messages in the way they are meant to be received. Thank you again for joining me. Thank you to your guides, to your spiritual team, to my own, who is protecting me and is allowing me to share these messages with you. So those of negative orientation, okay, those not serving my highest good are not welcome around here at all. So y'all needs to exit stage right or left, okay, whatever suits you, but you can't stick around here. Now in my pre-shuffle of the cards here of the Wisdom of the Wild Things Oracle deck, we have Honor Your Body as Friend, Allow Anger, and Quest into the Subconscious. So these are the targets that Spirit wanted to fall out here. Now this will be pile 1. Honor Your Body as Friend here. We have a 35 on the card. We have Allow Anger for pile 2 with a 41. And we have pile 3, Quest into the Subconscious, which has a 44 on the card. So if you want to sit and meditate for a second, pause the video on which one you are drawn to. All of them could resonate with you or just one. We have, again, pile 1, Honor Your Body as Friend. Pile 2, Allow Anger. And pile 3, Quest into the Subconscious. All right. Pile 1, we have Honor Your Body as Friend with a 35 on the card. So the number 35 can be significant. Age 35, age 8, the 8th month, life path 8, the 8th day of any month. Okay, take it as it resonates. But 35 has a 5 working with the 3, and 5 is about change, right? 3 is about expression, creativity. So we could be needing to adapt and balance our creative expressions in order to gain some sort of internal power and authority within ourselves. Let's go ahead and read the book. Honor Your Body as Friend. Let's see what the overall lesson for the year is for you. Honor your body as friend. Your body is a sacred companion. She is the one entity that will never leave you during your journey as a human creature. She always works on your behalf to restore, heal, and create the balance that allows you to fully participate in this life. She is kind enough to let you know when things aren't working, where you need help, relief, or assistance. That kind of loyalty deserves devotion, not diminishment. Shed the weight of expectations, trim down the thoughts of too much and not enough. Dance like your hips move mountains. Swim the mermaid channels of unabashed self-approval so that when you break the surface, your joy becomes permission for other creatures to feel the same about their own unique shape. So, with this energy, there's a big call to focus on your physical well-being, right? Your physical health. Okay, we could be neglecting our body at the moment if we're feeling any sort of anxiety or aches and pains in certain areas. That's typically a manifestation of something emotionally imbalanced coming through. Okay, because by the time things reach our physical world, they've already happened on several planes of ourself. So if we are experiencing, things in our lower facilities, okay, our root chakra, right, which is tied to our feet, our legs, our movement, right, our stability, then that's typically a hesitation when it comes to us moving forward, or a lack of feeling secure within ourselves. If we feel aches within our shoulders or our back, that's where we carry a lot of things. And so we could be holding on to a lot of emotions or responsibilities and are not serving us. If we feel aches in the middle regions of our body, right? And that is tied to, our heart chakra, our sacral chakra, our creative expression is in our stomach area, right? If we're feeling nervous or anxious, we usually start to feel it in our stomach or our gut. And that anxiety stems from worrying about an outcome. And then it comes up through our throat chakra, which is our throat area. So if you're having sore throat or have trouble speaking, that comes through our inability to communicate, or feeling like we need to hold back our emotions to some extent. Then things in our crown chakra, right, our head, if we're experiencing pain when it comes to our higher planes of our body, that's us not connecting to spirit. Or there could be a block when it comes to our intuition, not trusting the process, being overwhelmed again, or thinking too much, overthinking about past experiences. That's what's tied to depression. So there's a need to ground yourself if you're feeling pains, in your higher realms of being. So there is a lesson surrounding making sure that your physical home, right, which is your home for your spirit as you travel on your soul's journey, to get into alignment for you this year. And we're going to use, what is this deck called again? Leonormand. Leonormand deck here. For the reading, then we'll clarify what the oracle and get one final message. Starting off with how we can get ourselves into better spiritual alignment, pile one. How can pile one help themselves spiritually align for the new year? We have writer. Okay. Now this has a 1 on the card, and 1 talks about new, right? New beginnings, new cycles. It's very independent. It's also innovative, right? It's very original. It's able to bring forth those new creative ideas and concepts into the physical. It has strong manifestation abilities. We have the Nine of Hearts here on the card, and this is feeling emotionally balanced within yourself, right? You are satisfied and you're fulfilled emotionally to make moves and manifest your desires. The writer itself talks about promotion, news, communication, okay, dating, new levels, advancements, okay, so we're needing to push ourselves, promote ourselves, communicate clearly our emotions, and be open to meeting new people in new places and just having a good time in order to move into those next phases, new levels of achievement and advancements that we are ready for the year. So to get connected more spiritually, we need to be more emotionally open to that next level, is what I'm getting here. Now, how will relationships evolve this year for pile 1? We have a fox energy here with a 14, which is also a 5 energy. Now that speaks about travel. So you may need to venture out, travel, explore new horizons in order to find partnerships, or you could be traveling with a partner. Okay, and 4 talks about stability. 1 again is that energy of independence, individuality, okay, being yourself fully and wholly and grounding yourself enough to be adaptable. Now we have the 9 of Spades here, which can be a little bit, caught up in its head. Right? Whenever you meet new people, of course, you got to feel them out first. And the Fox card itself talks about the mind being resourceful. It could also talk about selfishness or pursuing one's own interests. So with this coming out in the relationship position, we may need to be mindful of any issues within partnerships. We can be experiencing some trust issues or communication issues, or there can be some sort of deception when it comes to business, our relationship, our family life. That's going to need some level of discernment here. Because someone could just be worried about their own personal interests and not necessarily your own, right? Now, 1 card for our career, the energy to work on for your work, your career, any creative projects for pile one? Well, we have Star. Okay. It's very creative energy. Okay. It's very spiritually aligned energy as well. So your projects right now could be towards spirituality or getting in touch with your spiritual self. We have a 16 here, which also is a karmic energy. So there could be a need to overcome a balance between, serving yourself and serving others, right? Learning the difference between, setting boundaries and self-care and not overextending yourself in some sort of way. We have a 6 of hearts here. Yeah, 6 of hearts. So this could have something to deal with our childhood or past relationships or past connections or family or even children. So the focus right now with this Star card is one of hope and needing the strength to achieve your goals. Okay, there's a need to develop some form of trust or understanding or acceptance in a situation in order to bring in those rewards from the work that you put in throughout the year. It's like everything you need is right there. You just have to tap into your own gifts and not be inclined to withdraw yourself or shrink or allow others to diminish what you know you have the capability of doing. It's about finding harmony and peace and acceptance for what is and not trying to change circumstances or the outcome of a situation because you only have control over yourself, your feelings, and your emotions. And how you react to other people is going to be a test of your own character and strength. Now, when it comes to self-care, what will help pile one out for the new year? Well, we got fishies. Okay, right. That's very intuitive energy. You may need to take a trip to the park, to the water, to a lake, to a pond, to a stream. Okay, get outdoors. Okay, this will help you ground yourself as nature has natural healing properties, right? We have this 34 on the card, which speaks about doing some research when it comes to how we want to express ourselves. Getting secure enough on ourselves, which will take a lot of, digging and research and getting back to who we were before, other people told us who we weren't. We have a King of Diamonds on this card as well. And this is, strong, masculine, grounded energy. All right, this is the earth sign energy. This is someone who's very disciplined. They're very protective. They're very secure. They're very safe. They have some form of accomplishment or assets that they've built up for themselves enough that they're able to share that with someone else. The fish card talks about luck, well-being, okay, pregnancy, fertility rewards, getting results from steps taken. So it's a very right disciplined energy. This could also talk about family or children, or just meeting people who you have or will build a long-term foundation with. And so the priority this year for you, pile one, is going to be to reflect on what you need to build for the long term, is what I'm getting in this energy. You know, we could be experiencing some strong feelings or strong passions towards a person, place, or idea. And this year is going to put things into perspective to allow you to push yourself to just go for what you know intuitively is going to be right for you. Now, what's going to be affecting pile one? What is the hidden factor that may not be visible yet for them? What's hidden to pile one? Okay. Yeah. We have a 33 here on this key card. And key talks about, you know, we're looking for answers, we're seeking answers, but then flipped out reverse. It's like we're needing to do some research, we're needing to do some strategic planning, we're needing to not, you know, necessarily jump head first into a situation. We have a 8 of diamonds on the card, which is another energy that speaks about needing to master the self and put in a lot of hard work. Okay, we could be doing something over and over and over and over again to the point that it's detrimental to our emotional well-being, our physical well-being, and we're not finding what we're looking for because what we're doing isn't working, and we need to do something else because right now we're driving ourselves crazy. That's what I'm getting at this energy. This card talks about finding solution or a way out of something. Okay, planning. Now this card also talks about learning the truth about something as well. You know, unlocking the door to something that was once blocked. And so there's going to be something presented to us, some sort of block or barrier or circumstance where we're going to need to do some research on and think before we act, right? Because if someone or something is making us feel rushed or anxious, that's likely going to tie to a, you know, karmic situation. And 33 is a master number energy that speaks about needing to balance that need to overgive or overshare with discernment. Now, towards the end of the year, what will be the outcome? Final outcome here. All right, that could be carried into next year. We have garden. Okay, that's party energy. Okay. We have a 20 on the card now. This talks about renewal, okay, constant change when it comes to our relationships or who we consult our time with. Okay, it's about awakening to the truth of situations. Okay, it's not about, making a judgment call, but taking a step back and observing the situation to make the right choice that's going to be beneficial to everyone involved. We have an 8 of spades on the garden card, and again, this 8 energy, okay, it's energy that talks about the amount of work and effort we put into a situation, and whatever we put in is what we're going to get back. So there's a need to be mindful that, if someone isn't matching our energy, that's going to cause a disconnection. Now we could be meeting new people, okay, venturing out, going on dates, networking, just establishing and building relationships throughout the year is what I'm feeling. It's a lot of creativity here, but it's also a lot of needing to let go of the past, as we have 2 9s here, which talks about acceptance, right? It talks about forgiveness. It also talks about compassion and closing out certain chapters of our life in order to bring something new into the picture. So I'm getting the beginning of the year here. We've started off in a energy where we're motivated, right? We're ready to move forward. But then something happens that is going to cause us to want to pull back, because we realize that someone is, deceiving us in some way, and that's going to cause us to need to tap into our intuition. Okay, trust those gut feelings. Okay, if something feels off or something doesn't feel right, then wait it out. Because if it's for you or meant for you, it will always be there. And then towards the middle of the year, we begin to start to be more aligned spiritually as we go from the star to this 33 energy of the key into this energy of, being able to be more expressive in our connections and our energy. So let's get some quick oracle messages. Pile 1. And 3 cards here. There's 1. Okay, there's 2 and 3. 3. Crunch. Okay. Well, we got money, 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 money. Which fell out first, okay? Make it rain. And then we got it's dark and you can't see a effing thing. Okay, get your head out of your behind pronto. Okay, it's that overthinking energy, spending too much time in la la land. And then you are the best thing to ever happen to you. Okay, go easy on your own behind and buy your own drink. Okay. Right, I'm getting it's like we're feeling good about ourselves, right? We're feeling empowered, we're feeling capable and strong enough to move ahead with certain things, but when we're encountered with something new or outside of our own comfort zone, that causes us to pull back, and then that leads to us, constantly seeking out external sources until we feel capable. But I'm getting this as a very strong pile already. But this need to be so sure, it's a little bit stubborn in this energy. It's like we're needing to constantly reassure ourselves before we can move forward. And it's like everything that you're waiting for, you're capable of doing already on your own, right? It's like you don't need to wait for someone's approval. You don't need to wait for a message. You don't need to wait for a sign. You just need to go with the flow and trust that you put in that time and effort and work to make it happen. And then if you put the focus on what is going to benefit you, that worry and anxiety will immediately be canceled out, because you'll start to see those little rewards. You'll start to see those small changes and things manifest. And those small changes, right, you need to take the time to acknowledge that, because I feel like we've put in a lot of work, but we're still dragging in that old mindset of maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I'm lacking something, maybe I'm not capable, maybe I'm missing something. And if you know you've looked into every avenue, but you're still hesitating or holding back, the block here isn't going to be other people. It's going to be that hesitation by not trusting in your divine guidance that is more than likely pushing you towards that thing. But that constant need to reassure yourself is what's holding up that partnership, that business deal, that creative spark that we're trying to bring forth in the new year. All right, so make it rain. Okay, get your head out your butt and go easy on your own self. And buy your own drink, because you are the best thing to ever happen to you. That's what I got for you, Pile One. Okay, so thank you for joining me. If it resonated, great. If it did not, I am sorry. Please forgive me. And I love you. Okay, a pile 2 had allow anger with a 41 on the card. Okay, the age 41 could be significant. Age 5, the 5th month, life path 5, the 5th day of any month. But the 41 here could talk about a new beginning when it comes to establishing our foundation. As I feel like we've been exploring different options or avenues that will be beneficial for ourselves outside of others, or need to change and adapt. when it comes to our responsibilities and getting more disciplined with our routine. Okay? Allow anger Anger's fire is fuel for change. Too little fire, and we risk becoming listless or depressed. Too much, and we risk our peace of mind being consumed by wrath, or worse, bitterness. The invitation in this moment is to find the creative power in your anger. Anger is a sacred fire denied to many of us. We're encouraged to be compliant and agreeable even when it's not in our best interest. What change can you invite? What injustice can you transform into justice through giving anger its voice? Allow sacred fire to have its space. Feed what is no longer vital into the fire so it can be reborn into new life. Okay, so the lesson of this year is to, well, whenever you feel upset about something, okay, when you're feeling frustrated, don't allow that inner fire to just sit, okay, and build up. Okay, it's going to burn you from the inside to the point where you just explode. Okay, allow yourself to feel those feelings and channel it into something that will be more productive and beneficial for you, right? If you're feeling hurt or upset by other people's actions, or, just frustrated by work or not getting something right away, right? It's important to, accept that energy. Okay, don't tell anyone tell you not to get upset. Okay, being upset is a normal feeling. But when we're upset about something, it's because we know something was done wrong to us, right? Or that we did something wrong. But anytime an error happens, it's an opportunity to learn and grow from. Not to get bogged down or stuck in, complaining about, how I could fix this or what I should have, could have, would have done, right? Now that you know better, you can do better and allow that anger to fuel your passion to improve the situation. So the lesson this year for pile 2 is about tempering our inner passions here. Okay, so we're gonna look at your year through the Leo. No, I can never say this name right. Okay, it's Madame Lee Normand Fleur. Okay. Deck here. Looking at how pile 2 can get into better spiritual alignment for 2025. Okay. Pile 2. What's going to help them get into better alignment for the new year? Okay, get more positive. Okay, look at the sun. Go outside. Okay, if you spend a lot of time inside, go out. Okay, I know it's the middle of winter. Okay, right now, but still taking a walk for 5-10 minutes, especially in the cold, is very beneficial because It pushes you to take in deep breaths, right? To quicken your step and focus more on your breathing and paying attention to staying in the present moment. We have a 31 on the card. Okay, that number can be significant. Reduces down to a 4 energy, right? It talks about being disciplined, being grounded. The 3 energy talks about self-expression, okay? And that is any form of creativity, right? Writing, dancing, singing, gardening, anything that allows you to get out of your head and enter your heart, okay? Because that's where the soul resides, okay? Anytime you want to figure out what your soul is thinking, okay, it's your feelings, okay? Your feelings are how your soul expresses itself. We have an Ace of Diamonds on this card, and that is about an opportunity coming through, a new beginning when it comes to building something tangible into the world. So for 2, with his sun energy, it's an energy of seeing things in a more positive light. The sun itself talks about happiness, success, triumph, okay? Uplifting yourself emotionally, a desire to act, taking a more carefree attitude even. Enjoying time with others and people as well. Getting a focus on your goals and what you want to accomplish. And so there may be a need to travel or take some trips or mindfulness practices to get you aligned, to be more optimistic and understand that any setbacks or losses that have occurred or will occur are always opportunities or stepping stones that will allow you to reach your desires much faster. Okay, you may feel like that you're taking 2 steps back just to move forward 1, but it's important that you still move forward 1 step. Because whatever mistake you made back here, okay, it's going to allow you to shoot much faster past those other steps, because if that setback or preconceived limitation happens again, well, guess what? You can jump right over that because you already learned that lesson. Okay, you saw it coming, 2 steps back. So there's definitely a push to be more mindful here. Now, how will relationships evolve this year for pile 2? We have this crossroad energy with a 22 on the card. We have the Queen of Diamonds being shown on this card as well. So again, it's a very disciplined energy. It's also very nurturing, but it's also the ability to see the bigger picture. Okay, we're going to need to make a choice. We're going to be presented with many choices and options that will lead to 2 different paths. The crossroads talks about choice, decision making. Okay, we could be experiencing some worries or doubts when it comes to our relationships right now, whether that be in our career, romantically, family dynamics. Okay, we're looking for a new solution. There could be some sort of stagnation in a partnership. Okay, and we're going to need to make a choice on how we want to move forward with that. There could be stagnation when it comes to our job. We could be looking for a new career opportunity. Or we're going to need to make a choice or decision on whether to stay or go. So when it comes to your relationships right now, pile two, it's like we're needing to see the bigger picture. We're needing to ground ourselves into something more stable, right? It's like an energy of needing to mature when it comes to our choices, is what I'm getting here. When it comes to work specifically, I had a card for that. In our career, any creative projects. What's going to be the focus for pile two? We got some clouds, okay? We also have a 6 on the card, okay? That talks about needing to seek some sort of, harmony in our environment, okay? Things could look a little cloudy right now. We have a King of Spades on the card, and that is a masculine energy. Okay, that it carries, air sign properties. Okay, it's needing to think clearly through situations, needing to speak and say our truth. It's very structured and has a, militant type of ear to them. Okay, they may come across as a bit cold or stern, but they don't, play around. Okay, they speak and say what they mean, and they say what they mean, and they do what they say. There could be some difficulties when it comes to our work right now. Okay, we could be experiencing some anxiety, which is causing us to overthink and be consumed by our thoughts right now, but it's only temporary. Right? I'm getting this energy of having some sort of, setback or loss that occurred with us, and we're getting very frustrated. And it's because we're not seeing the bigger picture here. Okay? Now, this card talks about, we're experiencing some, dark, cloudy skies at the moment when it comes to our work or our career. But everyone experiences rain, right? And rain is needed for things to grow and bloom. It may appear dark or messy or, hard to see the brighter side of things in the middle of a storm. And so at this time, there could be a need to take some shelter, okay? A need to go within yourself and reflect and gain a new perspective on what we're going to do once that rain passes. Now, for self-care for pile two, what's going to help them emotionally and physically throughout the year? Okay. Well, get away from that rain, okay? We got a ship here. I'm with the 3 on the card. Now, 3 is all about creativity. So anything that gets you outside of your head, outside of your mind, okay? That could be meditation, but meditation isn't just, sitting still, okay? Clearing your thoughts, although that is very helpful. Meditation is any form of creative expression, right? People can use art as a form of meditation, okay? Because when you become creative and act as the creator, you are then co-creating with the universe, as all form of art is a representation of the divine consciousness, a collective consciousness. So whether that's painting, that's writing, that's, music, that's gardening, that's any form of sport, okay? That's 3 energy. It's also about communication, okay, coming together with other people. Okay, maybe it's important not to isolate yourself and connect with other people who will be able to uplift your spirits when you're feeling a bit, overworked or stressed out, and you're just needing someone to communicate and, who's not going to judge you as being less than what you are. You're just needing to, get it out of your system. We have a 10 of spades on the card as well. And 10 is the end of the end. Okay, ain't no going back. There's a need to change. There's a big crisis ahead. Okay, the ship card talks about, leaving a old way of being. There may be a need to, change locations, change residences, change jobs, change people. Just there is a need for a change. We're in some stormy waters right now, and we're needing to put an end to an old way of being and doing in order to, see that sun again. And not being concerned with, how long it's going to take, what we need to bring, okay? It's more about the journey, right? And being grateful for the journey itself. Because as you travel over these stormy waters, you start to, have new experiences, meet new people, see new things, and expand your world to a whole different way of thinking. And so if we don't like where we're at in a certain situation, well, we need to stop going to that place. What's being hidden to pile 2? What are they not seeing clearly? Okay. Decepticons, okay? Got some stakes in your grass. We have a 7 on the card. We also have a Queen of Spades. Okay, now the Queen of Spades is an energy of someone who is very discerning. Okay, they have experienced a lot of cloudy days and dark times. And because of all those experiences, they don't take any BS, okay? They see the truth coming from a mile away, and they are open to all the possibilities, but, they hold that sort of truth. and they have the determination and the resilience to overcome any sort of obstacles that are keeping them in their head or in their clouds, as they are, you know, far above any sort of deception or lies or manipulation that other people may bring to them. Okay. Now, the snake card could talk about deceit, okay, gossip, some form of treacherous actions in the pursuit of one's own interests. Now, you could potentially meet someone who talks a big game, right? But make sure that their words matches their actions. Because people can say and do a lot of things. Or I should say, they can say a lot of things, but are they doing what they say? Are they saying one thing and show you something completely different? You know, people can only keep that up for about 90 days. Okay. This is, you know, I apply this 90-day rule to, you know, work, jobs, okay, and to relationships. Because people can only wear a mask for so long. And if someone isn't showing you interest or isn't trying to understand your position in a certain area, it's because they're only focused on what they can gain from the situation and not trying to meet you in the middle. Okay, now one final card towards the end of the year here that's going to carry into the next year for pile 2. Okay. We got a bouquet. And a 9, okay. With the queen, oh, that was the queen of clubs. My bad. Now we got the queen of spades. Okay, so the queen of spades is that energy I was feeling, right? Someone who is very clear on their truth after overcoming all these obstacles. The queen of clubs is someone who is very attractive, you know, very intuitive. Okay, they can be very seductive, very passionate when it comes to their desires. That's, you know, queen of clubs energy. And so when it comes to, you know, things we aren't seeing, there could be someone who presents themselves in a very attractive manner. But it's important to look at not just, you know, surface level things in order to avoid any sort of deception or making the wrong choice in a situation. Now, towards the end of the year, you know, this is that energy I was getting of, you know, going through a lot of obstacles, a lot of challenges, right? That is 9 energy. With the bouquet on the card, though, this talks about, well, love. Okay, it talks about romance and gratitude and being self-confident. Okay, you will have more self-respect for yourself, I'm feeling, by making the choice to use this frustration, by using it to work on yourself, and then attracting that position or partnership that will be meant for our highest good here. So towards the beginning of the year, I'm feeling we're going to be met with, a lot of people who are just needing to be reevaluated. Okay. With this crossroads energy and the clouds and the ship, okay, there could be some sort of travel on the horizon or someone traveling to you. That could be, a hidden enemy here. But understand that any sort of losses or setbacks or failures that are going on, they weren't meant for you. Okay, rejection is protection. And if it doesn't feel right, okay, that your soul's screaming at you like, hey, this isn't what we're meant to be doing. This person, place, or thing is not in our best interest right now. We're needing to be more discerning and speaking up, communicating clearly our intentions. And if someone isn't able to tell you their intentions clearly, then we got to get into that Queen of Swords energy or Queen of Spades energy, and being willing to accept what is and being thankful for the lesson, but then moving on with our lives. Final messages for pile 2. Three cards. Oh, okay. You look like it is show. Flipping out reverse against my little tree of life there. You are a hot mess. Fact. Clean yourself up. Okay, so definitely need to focus more on ourselves. I feel like we've been giving a lot to people, places, and things that are only taking from us. And that's draining our energy right now. With this time to let go, okay, move the F on. Okay, that's exactly what I was just saying. We need to let it go. Okay, channel Elsa. Channel your inner Elsa. Okay, and let it go. Rebel. Because F it. Right? Do not conform. Do not be complacent. Do not hold yourself to a circumstance that isn't helping you grow, develop, and evolve. That's what I got for you, pile 2. Okay. If any of that resonated with you, great. If it did not, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you for joining me in this message. And I love you. Moving on to pile 3. Okay. Pile 3. Okay, reset everything. We're good. For pile 3, you picked Quest into the Subconscious with a 44 on the card. That reduces down to an 8 energy, so the life path 8 could be significant. The 8th month of the 8th month or the 8th day of any month the life path 44 as well. The age 44, age 8, I don't know. Take it as it resonates. But let's go ahead and see what the message is with question to the subconscious. Trauma is real. It's not always what's happening on the surface that can explain our current reality or experience. Your entanglement with intense emotions and reactions right now may very well be triggered by something that has deep roots in the subconscious. Science calculates about 10% of our lives are run by our conscious thought, while 90% is run by the subconscious. So if you find yourself with persistent triggers that make you feel not enough, too much, overwhelmed, afraid, or chronically separated from your own sense of love and belonging, the question isn't, what's wrong with me? The right question is, what happened to me? Your subconscious has many of the answers to situations that plague and mystify you. Quest down into that sacred space to explore the truths waiting there. All right. So pile 3, the overall lesson for the new year is to understand that any time that a situation triggers you, it's because we're ignoring a habit or pattern or system or belief that is causing us to retreat and explode. Because we're could be feeling like that what we're doing is right, okay? But then someone else is now presenting us with something that is challenging our own belief system. And the problem with beliefs is that they're not facts. They're not truth, okay? The part of belief has the word lie right in it. So anytime that you believe something, it's instantly a form of deception. Right, because I know this card says quest into the subconscious. I don't believe this card says quest into the subconscious. I know for sure, and it's a fact, that that's what that card says. Because of my own experiences, okay, because of my own knowledge and knowing of the human language and the letters, there's no possible way that this card could say anything else to me. But if I simply believed that's what this card said, I should probably look into that. If I only believed that the number 44 meant a certain thing, I would need to go look into that. But because of my own expertise, because of my own understanding, because of my own research and experience and knowledge of the number 44, I know 44 is a master manifester, okay? I know that is a master number. I know that the number 4 talks about discipline and stability and reliability and responsibility. I know that because I can say that with clear certainty. That's what that means. And then we have the 2 4s working together. Okay, well, 44 is a combination of 11. We have 4 11s. We also got 2 22s. So it's about seeing the bigger picture. It's also about using our intuition and our influence when it comes to our ability to be secure and be protective of ourselves. But because of that duality with 44 energy, you can lower itself into the 8 and get a little bit arrogant, get a little bit materialistic, a little bit too much focused on material matters and not understanding that law of karma, okay, the law of cause effect, which is whatever you put in is what you get out. right? Whatever you do to someone else is going to be done unto you. But if you're putting your time and energy into a situation or belief or concept or person or an idea that is not giving you something in return, or is not going to get you to reach your highest potential, there's going to be that push and pull dynamic. So anytime that you are experiencing a emotional disconnect or feeling something is challenging you, don't take it as a challenge, okay? Don't be stubborn, don't be inflexible, as 4 energy is prone to be as well. Because it likes to be sure, it likes to be stable. But the 44 energy is about reaching that higher perspective and that knowing. The knowingness that comes with divine guidance, that comes through intuition, that comes from going with the flow and allowing the powers that be to work with you and not against you, understanding that there is no others and that you are the others and the others are you, because everything is simply just the same source of awareness that manifests in all things. So I'm getting a big lesson of releasing control here and standing strong and firm in your own knowing. But when you're challenged by beliefs, okay, if someone is challenging your own knowing, have some humility to look into that. Right? I myself don't know everything, but I know a lot of things. But if someone comes up to me and tells me, hey, maybe a 44 doesn't mean that, or maybe this card that says question the subconscious doesn't actually say that, well, I will acknowledge that there may be another way to view this card. And then I will be able to expand my own knowing and knowledge and not confining myself to one interpretation of, thousands upon thousands of possibilities that this card could be interpreted as. Okay. Making me angry, 3. Look at my anger. Am I triggering you right now, 3? Yeah, I feel it. Alright, settle down. Alright, so how can pile 3 get more spiritually aligned for 2025? I'm going to use my Lenormand, okay, Lenormand Fleurs deck. Okay, I'm not French. Okay, don't come at me. I know it's French. Now, to get more spiritual aligned, pile 3, we got the key card coming out here for you with the number 33 on the card itself. We also have the 8 of diamonds, and the 8 of diamonds talks about self-mastery, okay, putting in a lot of work, putting a lot of time and energy into something, doing something over and over and over and over again until we have mastered it, to the point where we don't have to think about it. And it becomes so ingrained into us You know, when I used to work in the print industry, right? I used to work very long nights, 12-hour shifts, and it's a lot of routine work. You know, when you are just, working at a plant or working with a machine, right? The machine does all the work the majority of the time. Okay, you just gotta, sit around, make sure it's working. And because of that, you get into a state of flow, right? You just allow the thing to do the job because you've put in the manual labor and effort and time to make sure the machine is working. So you don't have to worry about anything breaking down. So it's, very tedious, routine type of work. And it may, be difficult at first, right, to get disciplined, to get grounded, to learn how the machines work, to learn how other people work, to learn what the job is itself. But once you build up that discipline, you no longer think about how difficult the job is. You just do the job. Right? The first time you have, or the first day of any job, it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult because you're going to have to adjust to the speed, the momentum, the different people, the roles. It's a lot to take in at first. But by, the first week, second week, third week, okay, all of a sudden it's like, okay, I know what I'm doing. I know how to get the job done. I don't have to worry about anything. I punch in, do the work, punch out. And things become a lot more easier because we've put a lot of time, effort, and energy into a certain skill, and we no longer have to think about it anymore. That's 8 of diamonds, right? 8 of pentacles. Now the 33 is needing to get balance within yourself. It is a master number energy, which is a very testing energy because it's testing your ability to express yourself in a more influential way rather than taking on a more domestic role, okay, people pleasing, right? And being able to set those firm boundaries with others and saying no when you need to say no, giving when you need to give. It's finding that balance between being a leader and a follower. But understanding that to lead, you also need to learn how to follow. Right? The teacher and student dynamic. A great teacher is always a student. But the student must first be able to learn and be receiving in order to become a teacher. The key card itself talks about strategic thinking, okay, planning. We could be entering a new period in our lives, a relationship, a partnership, a career, or we're needing to make some decisions and choices that require us to think strategically. In order to overcome any sort of limitations or barriers after we've come out of a difficult period. So I feel like we're needing to develop some sort of routine, some sort of practice, starting off small when it comes to our spiritual self, in order to obtain that mastery so that we can just go with the flow and not have to think about or overthink a situation. Is what I'm getting here in this energy. Now, how will relationships evolve for pile 3 here for the year? Crossroad energy. Now this fell out for pile 2. So pile 2 may also resonate with you, or there could be some message there for you. But we're going to be met with some choices when it comes to our relationship dynamics. Whether that's in our business, whether that's in our family, whether that's romantically. But there's going to be a choice that needs to be made that will change how the rest of the year is going to go for you. We have a 22 on the card and the Queen of Diamonds. Okay, the Queen of Diamonds is someone who is very committed, right? They are disciplined, but they're also nurturing. They're very giving and generous. Okay, this could represent, a mother or a wife or just a business owner, right? Someone who has some form of asset, but it's a feminine energy. So they're very caring and protective of their assets, of their foundation. 22 talks about looking at the big picture, looking at your long-term goals. Which path is going to bring you prosperity and abundance for your commitments and not just, short-term circumstances. One card for the career aspect. Well, we got ship energy. We have a 3 here and the 10 of spades. Okay, that's the end. Okay, there could be some travel here when it comes to your career. Needing to change your perspective when it comes to your work or career, or even change jobs. But it's like we've reached the end of something here. Okay, there's no looking back. There's a lot of crisis. There's a lot of turmoil. There's a lot of stormy waters when it comes to our career right now. We could be experiencing some conflicts in the workplace or having some setbacks when it comes to our finances. But all of that chaos is telling you that this situation is no longer beneficial for you in the long term. And we can be allowing a fear of, or just allowing some sort of insecurities to keep us stuck in certain places and allowing certain things to happen, when we're really needing to communicate and express our truth when it comes to how things are no longer working for us. Now, what does pile 3 need to do when it comes to self-care? We got this stork energy. I feel like we've been overworking ourselves, putting too much concern when it comes to our career, but not our family. With this stork coming out here. And they're not even family, or could be family. But this could be talking about, your partnerships in general. We have the Queen of Hearts, which is a very loving and giving energy, right? It's that feeling of unconditional love and support, and being able to just feel comfortable with another person enough to, share time and energy with. The energy of 17 talks about being able to reflect on or go within about your own independence and how you want to present yourself. It's like you need to give yourself some sort of recognition for the work and effort that you put in. Now, this card with the stork can talk about addictions. Not addictions. Additions to the family. Okay, your family could be growing now. This could also talk about fertility, right? Pregnancy, a desire to grow or acquire a family. We could be meeting someone who we see, long-term stability with, commitment with. Or seeing some sort of improvement when it comes to our family dynamic. It's like we're needing to prioritize essentially our family right now. How do we want to develop and grow as a family? Right? What do we want to let go of in order to have a stable, healthy family dynamic? There could be a need to examine and look at who you are as a person and possibly what any sort of negative traits you may be bringing into a family dynamic, right? If you suffered from abandonment issues, not having a parent, having a parent who was a workaholic, you could possibly be doing that exact same thing, and now that's being brought to the forefront because now you have a family, right? You're now noticing those patterns and triggers and things that left you feeling disconnected when it comes to your parents or whoever you grew up with. And so there could be a decision on whether or not to, move from family or move towards family, or letting go of certain family members. Who are causing us to feel less than ourselves, right? What's being hidden to pile 3? Okay, what do we not see here? We got some troublesome creatures around us. Okay, some mice, mouse, rats, whatever you want to call them. Okay, some rodents. We also have a 23 on the card and the 7 of clubs. Okay, it's a needing to, you may need to defend yourself, stand against other people who may not, see the bigger picture. Okay, they may not be seeing your side of things, and it's not about being right or wrong. At the end of the day, it's about what works and doesn't work for you. And because you've chose to end a certain unhealthy habit or change your perspective on a situation, there could be a lot of people around you who have grown comfortable in those circumstances, gossiping, talking about you because they feel like they're not capable of doing the same thing. Okay? The mouse card talks about stress, gossip, minor troubles, household needs, disappointments when it comes to our relationship, everyday activities. There could be some form of theft or, loss when it comes to our finances. But it's like we're not seeing other people's intentions clearly. And so we may be needing to, put some boundaries up here. One final card for the outcome. Oh, look at that. We got a little heart. We have a 24 here, which is a 6 energy, right? That talks about domestication, that talks about family, that talks about service. It's a very positive energy when it comes to being emotionally fulfilled, when it comes to our relationships, when it comes to our home, when it comes to our connections with others. We also have this Jack of Hearts here. Okay, this is about moving things to the next stage. Okay, it's about proposals. It's about coming forth with an emotional offer. The Heart card, of course, talks about love and passion, but also talks about self-love. It does talk about addiction. Now, I don't know why I said addiction earlier, but it came out. But it's about acceptance and being aware of one's own unhealthy habits, one's own addictions. Okay, people get addicted to a lot of things. People get addicted to anything that makes them feel better, right? Whether that's, turning on the TV, scrolling, okay, sugar, okay, going to get coffee, okay, those are all forms of addiction. But sometimes people can get consumed by certain things in order to not address other areas that are really causing them stress. Now, this card can also talk about codependencies, okay? Right? Obsession, overthinking a situation, being so reliant on someone else for something that you forget who you are as an individual. Where is that coming from? Why are we feeling like we get our happiness from another person because we're not seeing it in ourselves? Addiction could be materialism. Okay, why do we feel like we need to constantly go out and buy certain things and have certain things in order to feel love? Because love is what we are. It doesn't come through other things. Or feeling like we need to have certain things in order to have love, in order to feel deserving. Again, I'm feeling a lot of anxiety here. I'm feeling upset. I'm feeling triggered as I give these messages. And it's like I'm not saying these things to put anyone down. It's simply a call to reflect on why we're approaching situations with this lack mindset. Why are we overworking ourselves? Why are we feeling overly stressed out? Why do we feel so attached to family when we're not getting anything back from them? Why are we feeling codependent when it comes to our relationships? Why are we allowing other people to talk bad about us and gossip about us and make us feel less than ourselves because we feel like we have no way to get out of a certain circumstance when the choice is always yours? I'm getting at the beginning of the year here, we're definitely needing to set some healthy boundaries. And make a choice when it comes to a family dynamic or a partnership here. Because I feel like it's blocking our love life. It's blocking our partnerships. It's like we're overworking ourselves, but then we're missing out on, having that family. That's that's what I'm getting. It's like we've been trained to lower ourselves due to obligations, but then we need help and assistance and then want to venture out onto something new, and then it gets blocked by family beliefs. Final messages from the Oracle deck here. Move the F on. Time to let go. Flipping out reverse is we're keeping ourselves stuck. We need to let something go here. Whether that be, an old construct, a living belief, negative thought pattern, negative person, okay, temptation, addiction, codependency, materialism, abandonment issues. Take your pick. None of those things matter at this point, is what I'm getting. Because I'm talking to an adult. Okay, I don't read for children. It's time for you. It's time for you. is really what I'm getting here. Believe what you see, face reality, or live in effing la la land. Okay, choose bravely. Okay, don't just believe what you see. Know what you see to be true. Okay. Right? See, believe. Got a lie right in there. Right in there. But don't just believe it. Trust and know it. If you've done the research, if you've done the background work, if someone is constantly showing you a pattern of behavior and they're not doing anything to change that, trust that's what that person is. Because that's what they keep showing you. Or live in La La Land. Walk around with rose-colored glasses if you want to. But you're only going to be seeing the world through a very limited spectrum of color. You are giving away your power. You are a badass. Act like it. See, you heard what the card said. You're giving your power away to people who don't deserve it. Now, of course, everyone is deserving of love, but not everyone is deserving of your time, effort, and energy. And because they're lacking in something, and you feel like you need to overgive, overshare because you have so much of it, you then are missing out because you're pouring from an empty cup. Who's refilling your cup? Who's uplifting you? Time to dig into that subconscious mind for you three, it seems like. It's time to release, step into your power, and own your ish. Outside of whatever toxic dynamic this is. This triggering dynamic, okay? I'm done being triggered. That's the message I got for you right now, 3. Alright, if any of that resonated with you, great. Thank you for joining me. If it did not, I am sorry. Please forgive me, and I love you.